Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube? It's your boy E, and I'm back. So you want to be a breeder? You think you got what it take? You got the heart? You got the passion for it? You willing to acquire the knowledge? You willing to put in these hard hours? Well, come on with me. I'm finna show you something. I'm finna break it down and show you what it takes to be a breeder. And so you can ask yourself, are you willing to make that commitment? Cue the intro.
Fatline bulls.
Generations of excellence. Babe fat blood is our foundation. The structure, movement, muscle mass, and definition. Signature head pieces are what we breed for. With over 20 years of breeding experience, our vision is to make a complete line of healthy pocket extreme American bullies. Our blood is in multiple countries and thriving. So stick around as I share breeding knowledge and tips.
And we're back. Now, in this episode, I want to touch on some points and describe what it is to be a breeder. I've got some generic definitions here, but I'm going to be expounding on these points just to let you guys know what you're getting into when you decide to become a breeder, no matter which breed of choice that you have. So let's get right to the meat and potatoes of this subject. What is a dog breeder? Dog breeding is the practice of mating selected dogs with the intention of maintaining or producing specific qualities or characteristics. What does that mean? Breeding two dogs together just to produce puppies does not make you a dog breeder. That's not what the substance of this is. Being a dog breeder, you have to wear a lot of different hats, and just breeding two dogs together does not specify you as a dog breeder. That's a misconception that's been going around because the money that these dogs attract and the money that dogs are attracting in all breeds now, I mean, it's crazier than ever. So with that being said, it's a lot of people who are just buying a dog and choosing to breed that dog, and they're calling themselves a breeder. They get themselves a kennel name, and they're out here and they're selling people dogs, and they don't even know the basics of really being a breeder and being able to provide a solid product to their clients, because they are uneducated. A lot are misinformed. So therefore, they are passing off subpar products to the clients. And the clients really, in the bully world, in the American bully world, the clients got tired of this. You know, that's why on Facebook you're seeing a lot of people saying, oh, they're getting out of the game. The market is crashed. Nobody wants to buy dogs anymore. Nobody wants to pay for quality anymore. And da 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 da. It's because you had such an influx of new breeders who just were putting two dogs together and making puppies and selling them for dirt cheap, which really cuts out a lot of breeders that have some decent quality, but maybe they're not as vocal on social media as others are. So therefore they get passed over, because for one, you got a guy who selling dogs for $1,000 or $1,500.
I can see the Michael Jackson them.
And maybe it's not the quality you got, but shit, he's speaking the loudest. You know, he's saying, oh yeah, this is what it is. Turn up, tap in, you know. So with that being said, a lot of the breeding practices right now, in my opinion, are garbage. A lot of the breedings that I see are missing the mark. They don't understand what breeding and actually putting two dogs together is to produce the desired traits and the qualities that you want in the dog that you're trying to produce. That's if you really have a vision for these dogs and you're here for more than just the money and you're really trying to create a good dog. So with that being said, let's go on to point two. Point two, what are some responsibilities of being a dog breeder? These tasks may include, but not limited to, cleaning your kennels, your runs, feeding, grooming your dogs, bathing them, keeping them with fresh water. I remember one of my mentors told me, said that fresh water is the most important thing to a healthy dog. So keep that in mind. Fresh water, giving your dogs medications, different supplements that they might need, especially if you're in a breeding program and you need your dogs to be able to perform and you want them to be able to produce as well. So assisting with problem births, choosing the correct feed for your dogs, that's keeping your dogs looking good and healthy, whelping litters, maintaining your breeding records, studying pedigrees. That's a big one that a lot of these people that's calling themselves breeders again, they don't do. They don't know how to study a pedigree. They only know what they see on Facebook. I call them Facebook breeders because they look on Facebook and they see the name that's hot, and if they got some money, they're gonna breed to that hot name, even though it's a female that's not on the caliber of the type of stud that they trying to breed her to. You take a $1,500 female to a $10,000 stud, and then you get all puppies look cute, but then when the puppies start growing up and people done bought into this BS because you told them you were a breeder, and the dog's not turning out like they said they would, or you done bred the blood too tight and you got health defects that you never even knew to check for, it's going to cause problems. So therefore, studying pedigrees and learning how to do different breeding tactics is essential in my mind as a young breeder's thing that you need to learn. And you also helping out with breedings, like knowing the breeding procedure, as getting your female progesterone tested when she comes into her heat cycle, knowing what numbers the progesterone numbers are, and how to use them to, if you're using ship semen or you have a stud that's nearby you, and how to get the breeding done correctly. So with that being said, on point two, I wanted to touch on cleaning, keeping your dog's kennels clean, keeping that area clean. I mean, it's a job. I don't like it. If anybody else just doing work, picking up dog poop all, week long, cleaning out their kennels, making sure that they got fresh water, putting food in their bowls, letting them get out, in the yard so they can run and stretch their legs. It's a job, but it's a necessary job if you're going to be housing these dogs. If you have chose this as your way to go, your passion, and you're going to do it and you're going to breed dogs, you got to make sure that your dogs are living comfortably and not living in squalor. So cleaning and keeping your dogs nice and healthy is essential. You see so many people, they get in here and they so much chasing money to try to get money off of these dogs that they're not really even willing more than to invest money in these dogs, other than to buy more dogs. They're not gonna feed them a better quality of kibble. They're not gonna make sure that they getting their vet visits. They gonna do backyard breeder stuff, and try to duck paying certain fees that's really necessities to make sure that your program is going in the right direction and your dogs are healthy and able to be bred when it's time. So cleaning, and having a nice setup for your dogs is essential. I mean, if I'm as a client, if I'm coming to buy a dog from you and you bring me in a stanky house and you got the dogs all in crates and you trying to tell me you want $5,000 or $10,000 for this puppy, I'm like, nah, I really don't want to pay that because that looks like it's more than this whole program you got going. So it's looking like I'm finna be getting got if I do that. So that's essential. If you want your dogs to go for money, look like money. Keep your things up so when people come over and they see your operation and see your pups, that everything lines up. So that's on point 2. Now, point 3 is research, research, research. Choose a breed that goes well with your lifestyle. Whether you're gonna breed bullies, Frenchies, uh, German Shepherds, Presa Canarios, learn about that breed. Learn the ins and outs about that breed. The things that breeders will tell you. You got to reach out to some people to learn, because the worst thing is to get a dog that your lifestyle is not compatible with. Recently, I was thinking about getting a Malinois, and I reached out to one of my friends that breeds them, and he was asking me how my life is. I'm like, I'm pretty laid back. I like to chill with the dogs. We don't do much. Dogs run the yard, but that's about it. And they stay in their kennels. Other than that, unless they out in the yard playing. He like, you don't work them at all. I'm like, no, my dogs don't. They not really working dogs. They more companion dogs. And he was like, well, I don't think a Malinois would be a good fit for you. He's like, because you got to work that dog every day, or that dog is going to have a lot of destructive energy that is going to have to get out one way or another. And you would be setting it up for failure, because it'll try to get your other dogs, and Malinois are, Navy SEALs use German Malinois. So with that being said, getting all the information that I need, I knew that breed wasn't for me, and what I'm trying to do over here. So I decided not to get me a Malinois. So do your research on the breed that you're getting to make sure that it's compatible with the lifestyle that you're trying to lead. And when you're buying a puppy, don't just get caught up in chasing after a certain stud or a certain breeding that you like. Also do your research on the breeder. It's an open market now. Like, studs are open to everybody. Just because this guy's breeding to said stud, whether it be Rocco K2, my boy King Baby, R2, like, you have to do your research on not on the stud owner per se, but the person that you buying the dog from, the breeder, the person that put this breeding together. What was their thoughts of, when they were putting this breeding together? What were they trying to achieve with this breeding? And other than it's fire, it's fire. If they don't know and can't break down a pedigree and tell you why this dog is worth this, that, or the other, I probably wouldn't pull the trigger on it. And also, it's a lot of scammers out there. People are Photoshop dogs, puppies to get you to buy them. Once you sent that deposit, I mean, it's like money gone. It's done got to the point now, because I work in reproduction. I've had guys that's supposed to be breeders tell me, oh man, I ain't replacing no puppy that got a heart murmur. Heart murmur is part of the game. Like, wow, I'm like, it done got to that point. Like, if I sell a dog that has a defect and it's a genetic defect, I replace that dog. I give myself a year time in my contract to replace that dog, because you not gonna, the type of money that my dogs cost, people paying for these dogs, ain't nobody gonna want to honor paying for a dog with a health defect and you telling them, hey man, just deal with it, breed it anyway. That's not good business practice. So watch out for that. That's why I say do your research on the breeders, because a lot of these people are not really breeders. They just people who had dogs that are breeding them together. I always tell people and give them this analogy. People call themselves breeders in this American bully world, in this dog breeding world, with little to no experience all the time. They buy a dog, they get themselves a kennel name, and now they're a breeder. They on Facebook, they telling everybody they're a breeder. Oh, look at my dog, I'm a breeder. And in my opinion, that's tantamount to me going to Home Depot or Lowe's and buying a hammer and saying, "Hey, I'm a carpenter. Let me build you a house. Let me put a deck on your back porch. Let me redo your kitchen. Let me put a floor down for you." All because I just bought a hammer, let alone some nails. So that's not what a breeder is. I'm not here to stomp down on new breeders. You got to have fresh blood to keep the breed going. I'm not going to be here forever. The breeders that's really holding it down are not going to be here forever. We just trying to build a solid foundation to leave you guys with, where you have good solid dogs and can move forward. So therefore, it's not about putting y'all down. It's about giving you the knowledge. But I could put the knowledge out here, but it's about you to grab the knowledge. It's about you guys to really want to do it and do it the right way, because the breed is suffering right now. A lot of people are leaving, good breeders are leaving because they just can't deal with the social media age of breeding. And believe me, I struggle with it. I just was off of Facebook for about 4 or 5 months. And that's one of my main ways of marketing and promoting my dogs. It gets stressful at times. People are always trying to pull you down. You got your haters. You got people that want to keep you at bay and don't want to see you make it. But you have to keep pushing forward and learning. So with that being said, it's about learning and doing research. Another part of the game, learn the anatomy of a dog. Like, these guys, they claim in the American Bully world, they claim these incredible stats. Oh shit, my boy's 13 inches tall. He's 100 pounds with a 28-inch head. I'm telling you, look at him. He's crazy, man. 35-inch neck. Come on, bro. Stop. Come on. Cut it out. Cut it out. You don't even know the anatomy of a dog. A dog that's 13 inches tall and 100 pounds will probably be as long as my damn desk. It'd be a dash into something. The weight has to go somewhere. The dog has to be properly proportioned. You need to learn the anatomy of the dog, of the breed that your chosen breed that you're choosing to breed. Know what a good representation of that breed looks like, and know what a bad one looks like. So you can tell the difference when somebody's trying to sell you some BS. Whether you breeding American Bullies, Frenchies, even exotics, Rottweilers, know what a good representation and a bad representation of that breed looks like. See the dogs in person. Don't just go off pictures. Pictures can be shaded. Pictures are like, just like with McDonald's or Burger King. They're not gonna take no picture and post it publicly without their product looking at its best. And as a breeder, if you're a professional breeder, you're doing this, everybody's gonna post and present their dogs at their best. But you have to do your research and try to see the dogs in person so you can tell what actually a good dog is and a bad dog is. There's no such thing as a perfect dog, but it's flaws their dogs have flaws that you're going to either be willing to deal with or you're not going to be willing to deal with. And you as a breeder have to know and learn how to decipher that and be able to pick the good from the bad with these dogs. If you're breeding to show, or just breeding period, because people have got away from this, learn the standard of the breed that you're breeding as defined by the registries that you're registering your dog with, just to know if you're moving in the right direction, if your dogs have the right look, if your dogs are moving in the right direction. So learn the standard. It's about doing research, guys. It's not just going to be handed to you, and you shouldn't walk in here and start trying to breed dogs. We dealing with living things. At the end of the day, these are living souls. These dogs that people are creating, that are crippled, that are bad, that are not good representation of whatever breed they are, they have to go somewhere. Usually they end up in pounds. People and so learning how to decipher good from bad, and know and learning how to breed, and having a goal with breeding will help unwanted dogs being born, and learning what it takes, the struggles that you're going to have as a breeder, and what you need to do is going to, if you learn that, it might curtail you from wanting to get into this, because it's not easy. It's not all peaches and cream. Your life really revolves around you being at home. Dogs don't take care of themselves like cats. Every day you're gonna have to interact with your dogs. You're gonna have to let them out. You're gonna have to feed them. You're gonna have to water them. You're gonna have to give them a little love. So you gotta know that. You gotta know that you're gonna have a passion for this. Like, you're gonna miss some vacations. You're not gonna be able to hang out all night. When you whelping litters, and different things that's associated with breeding. So these are some points I just wanted to touch with you guys on. This is gonna be my what it is to be a breeder series. So keep up with that. I got some more exciting content coming for you guys. I got some interviews with some of the top breeders in the game coming. We're going to sit down. We're going to chop it up. It's going to be no holds barred. I'm going to ask the questions that y'all really want to hear, from the people that y'all want to hear from. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of dogs here in the Midwest. There's a lot of people that I know. I got them long reaching antennas. I keep my ear to the street. You feel me? So I'm going to be bringing that content to you guys, man. I want y'all to know and understand where people started from. Everybody had to start from somewhere. It's no issue with starting, but have a genuine heart. Come in here trying to make a better dog. The money will come. Don't come in here chasing money, because the more you chase money with these dogs, believe me, the more it flies away. So if you don't have good, pure intentions with these dogs, it usually doesn't turn out in your favor, and you don't have the passion to do go through what you got to go through to make make your program thrive. So with that being said, guys, I want y'all to like, subscribe, man. Drop some comments down below. Let me know what y'all want to hear, where we going with this. Man, I need get my subscribers up. I need y'all to do what y'all do, man. Like, subscribe. I'm finna start a Patreon. I'm finna really give it to y'all in the raw, so y'all can really know and understand what it is to be a breeder now, in what I call it's the cyber age. It's the multimedia age, the internet age, so breeding now is different. The strategies, the hate, it's just Facebook and IG and YouTube. All this has changed the way that we have to market and get out here. So I'm gonna be touching on all this. We gonna touch on all the broad spectrum. I'm not gonna pull no punches. I'm gonna get y'all the meat and potatoes. So if y'all like that, like I say, like, subscribe, smash that subscribe button, man. This your boy E, and I'm out. Let's